I'm going to show you how to clean your vehicle using ShowShine products. We're going to start, we'll do the wheels, we'll do the tires first. Do that, then we're going to foam the whole vehicle down once, let it dwell for a second, then we're going to rinse it all off, foam it again, then we'll do a contact wash. But to do the wheels and rims, super easy. Take your all-purpose cleaner, light sprays on the tire. I like to do the tire first, and then I like to do the rim after. We'll do this next one so it can dwell for a second. We take our brush. I'm going to soak the brush just a little bit. A few light sprays on the brush. Now this is not going to suds up a lot. Does not mean it's not cleaning. Do the rim first. I like to work in clockwise pattern. Make sure you don't miss anything. And then I do the hubcap at the very end of the rim at least. Get around the edge that you may have missed. We'll hit the tire. These tires are already very clean, so we don't have to do much on those. If you keep them up, they stay clean and they stay easy to clean. Let's rinse this off. These wheel wells look so bad, I am going to spray them with a light mist of all-purpose cleaner. Let that dwell. We'll do the back tire. On these big trucks, I like doing the wheel wells because you can see them so well. Makes you happy, makes the customer happy if it's a customer vehicle. Again, clockwise motion. I like to use a soft bristle brush. You don't want it to scratch. And if you use the right cleaner, like all-purpose cleaner, it doesn't have to be an aggressive brush. It cleans it. Rinse out the front one. All-purpose cleaner is cheap. I like to use a lot. I'll be offering it in concentrate within a few days on the website. That helps bring the cost down too. Now that that's dwelled, I like to do clockwise again. Now, I have all-purpose cleaner on the tire and rim, and I have it on the wheel well. But I do the tire and rim first, and then I do the wheel well. Stuff from the wheel well is going to drip down on the top of the tire and roll down. So I'll do the wheel well first. good to get inside underneath on the leaf springs and the rear axle and stuff like that, because mud and dirt hold moisture, and that causes rust. And up here in these northern states, we don't like that. I like to clean everything visible on the truck, so if you get down, you can see the spray member. Look at that same member on this side. Now, this truck is fairly dirty. We're not going to rinse the truck first. We're going to foam it first, let that dwell, and then we're going to rinse it off. So we're going to put 2 to 4 ounces of power wash into the foam cannon. Going to measure it perfectly, just like we did. All right, now I like to go from the top down. All right, now you want to let that dwell. It's good to see this dripping off just a little bit. It's got a good layer of spray on ceramic, so it's going to help it pour off. But this Power Soap has a good amount of stick to it. So when it's going to sit here on the paint, it's going to grab all the contaminants on the paint. It's going to drip off, especially once we wash it off now. But it's going to provide a very slick layer, making it so the water does not force any contaminants or mud or dirt into the paint to scratch it. So now we'll come back through from the top down again. You'll see a lot of people holding the pressure washer real close up front because of bug guts. You don't want to do that. That can go into the paint and scratch that and lift paint off of the surface. You don't want to do that. So Power Soap does remove a lot of it, but if there is a lot of bug guts on here, just spray some all-purpose cleaner on there first and let that dwell. Just place some Power Soap on there after, come right off. Same thing with the rear view mirrors, because these are going to get a lot of bugs on it. Same thing with the windshield. The windshield didn't have to worry much about the pressure washer, but this here, you can damage the plastic if you have one of those real powerful pressure washers. So all-purpose cleaner on here, let that dwell. Power Soap on top of that, let that dwell. It'll come right off. If it does it with just the pressure washer, when you do the second set of foam, put a little all-purpose cleaner on there before again. Just wipe it on there real lightly with the wash media, it comes right off. You don't need a dedicated bug remover because all-purpose cleaner does it just fine. Look in here, you see the truck. It's definitely wet, so it's hard to tell. But you can see a little bit of leftover contaminants on here. A little bit right in here, line right there, a little bit around the wheel wells, but 90% of it's gone. So now that's ensuring that when we put the foam on again, we're not scratching it when we clean it. Let's do the top down again. We are going to use some all-purpose cleaner on the front of this because there is a couple of bugs. slight sprays. A little bit on the rear view. A little bit on the top, on the windshield. Really don't need much. It's an exceptionally well bug remover. My favorite way to clean is not with a wash mitt, but one of these, just a microfiber cloth, which we don't need that yet since this vehicle's so tall. For these tall places, since I'm so short, I use the wash mitt on a stick to help with that. The best part about the foam is you can always tell where you've been because you see it. You never miss a spot. Or if you do, you can just quickly go back over it. Always make sure to wash whatever you're using for wash media, especially a wash mitt or a wash mitt on a stick. Wash it after every panel or every section. Side really from windows because you're not going to scratch those. Within exceptions. So, we take our microfiber cloth, fold this into 8 sections. Just fold it once. Let's figure out how to do that. Fold it once. Working top to bottom. This is one section. Then you flip it over to another section. Do one panel at a time or one door at a time, and then flip it and do another panel. This gives you 8 sections to use. Almost the whole truck. Don't forget in behind the door handles. I like to go front to back and then in straight lines. So if you do scratch it, which you shouldn't, it's harder to see a straight line than it is to see circular scratches. And you flip it over to the next side. If I can hold on to it. See, I don't really mind getting the bottom because I'm just going to flip it over, go to a nice new section. Don't have to worry about anything on the cloth. I got 2 new ones. These are so big, I like to do 2 sections of this. So I'll do, I'll do the front section first, top to bottom, obviously. Flip it over, do the back section, top to bottom. You can just feel the wash media glide on the paint because the foam is doing its job. It's very slick. It's got gloss enhancers in there. You can use a brush in here if you want to. I'm not gonna, because it's very clean. But if a vehicle hasn't been cleaned in a long time, using like your wheel and body brush would not be a bad thing. New cloth, nice and wet, soapy. I don't wring them out at all. They're gonna drip enough. When I fold it, I like to hold the 4 loose corners, not this side, because if you put your thumb right here, it's not going to come apart as easy, making it easier to hold on to and clean efficiently. When you're cleaning, don't apply any pressure onto the wash media. That's how you get scratches. If you're doing it very light, vehicle's not that dirty after your first pre-wash, and you're cleaning it with a microfiber, not applying any pressure or a wash mitt or anything like that, with a quality soap like Power Soap, it's not going to scratch. Alright, now, vehicle already has spray on ceramic on it applied 2-3 months ago, but I'm going to put Graphene Infused Waterless Wash. I'm going to use it as a rinsing aid. So this is supposed to be for like a quick detailer, but you can also spray it on the panel, lightly mist it. If you let that dwell and then spray it off, it's going to activate a water beading effect. So light sprays on the whole vehicle. Don't need a lot, really don't. I like to use it on the rims too. I hate waxing those, very tedious. See, it's going to be a combination between beading and sheeting. So it's not going to bead perfectly like a ceramic coat or like a spray on ceramic, but it's going to sheet the paint off. I'll show you. See how it just sheets it right off? It's going to have some beading, but not a ton. If you were to spray it and use it as a quick detailer the way it's supposed to, a waterless wash, it is going to bead water a lot better. But this is like a cheat code for it. I like to work from the bottom up, so because it's water activated. You have to rinse all the surfactants off of the paint that's from this. So if you go from the bottom up, exceptionally well on windows. The spray on ceramic, Graphene Infused Waterless Wash, plus the speed coat, the beading effects on windows is insane. You'll see that sheeted pretty well. Another couple sprays on there if you want to double up on the protection on the paint. Give that a second as well. We'll do what we do. Beading a little bit better. Another thing you can use as a drying or rinsing aid is going to be the spray wax. Two light sprays. It's a spray carnauba wax, so it's obviously going to bead water. You could even dilute this down 5-to-1 or 10-to-1 if you want to use it as just this as a drying aid. This is more for like a, once a vehicle's clean and dry, then you spray it on, you're going to have that nice freshly waxed look. But like I said, you can dilute this down and then use it as a drying or rinsing aid. Which I like. Spray it on there. You can see how well it beads water. Pretty good. But we're going to save the spray wax for after, put it on the vehicle after. We're going to use the graphene for the rest of the vehicle because it might not bead as well, but it has more protection and it lasts longer. So we're going to use this as the drying aid. That way there we can do the spray wax after, so we can have the protection from the graphene spray and the look of the spray wax. Two more light sprays. So it smells good too. You can see, it's hard to see right now, it's a little dark, but you can see the sheeting effect where it beads and it sheets the water right off the vehicle. Now we're going to dry the vehicle. We don't need to use a drying aid because we just used one and we just worked it all into the paint, so everything's good. Now we can just dry it right off. If you did a good job cleaning the rubber on the tires and the rims, you don't have to worry so much about this thing touching it and then scratching the paint after because it's all clean. It's a little cold here now, so the paint might look just a touch foggy. That's just because it's not hot enough to dry right off with this. Last thing we're gonna do is a little tire shine on the tires. Can't forget the tires. Have to do this step. It's mandatory. Now the tire gel, you can put it on when the tire is wet, no problem. Depending on how you like it to look, you can put it on a second time. This will drip down for a second, but as long as you wait like 20 minutes before you drive, it's not gonna sling. And if you put this on when the tire is dry, it 100% won't sling. Don't need much. Whatever meets your preference. This tire shine has been on there probably 3 weeks now, the stuff that was on here before. You can see a little bit of it remaining before I cleaned it. And that was one application, so if you want to, you can put another application on once the tire is dry, make it look even better. If you're using a brush like I am for the tire shine, you should be careful not to get any on the rims. Just doesn't look that good. It's not bad for them. So you clean your vehicle using ShowShine. Well done.